Here's the question everyone gets backwards. People ask, which one pays more, a high-yield savings account or a CD? Wrong question. In July 2026, the top HYSA pays around 4%, sometimes a little more. The top one-year CD pays around 4.1%. That gap is a tenth of a percentage point. On $10,000, that's about $10 a year. $10. The real question is different. What does it cost you if you lock your money at the wrong moment? Because I ran that math, and one wrong move erases the CD's entire advantage, roughly 10 times over. Let me show you the exact month where this breaks even, because almost nobody does this calculation before they sign. If you searched HYSA versus CD, you probably have a chunk of cash, an emergency fund, a house down payment, money between jobs, and every article gives you the same table. Rate here, rate there, pick the bigger number. What those tables skip is the penalty math, the 2026 rate environment, and the one scenario where the CD genuinely wins. That's what we're covering. All of it comes from current published rates and federal banking rules, not from any bank trying to sell you either product. First, how each one actually pays you, because they look identical on the surface and they are not. A high-yield savings account pays a variable rate. The bank can change it tomorrow, no notice required. Right now, the best online banks pay around 4% APY. That's annual percentage yield, your real return after compounding. Compare that to the national average savings account at 0.38%. That's the gap that matters. $10,000 earns about $400 a year at 4% and about $38 at the average rate. If your money is at a big traditional bank right now, this entire debate is a distraction. Either option is 10 times better than what you have. A CD, a certificate of deposit, flips the deal. The rate is locked. 4.1% today is 4.1% in month 11, no matter what the Federal Reserve does. But in exchange, your money is locked too. Take it out early, and the bank charges a penalty. And here's the part buried in the account agreement. Federal law sets a minimum penalty for early withdrawal. It sets no maximum, none. The bank decides, and you agreed when you clicked open account. So let's do the penalty math with real numbers. A typical one-year CD charges 90 days of interest if you withdraw early. Longer terms are harsher. Break a 5-year CD and many banks take a full year of interest. On $10,000 at 4.1%, 90 days of interest is about $101. Now remember the CD's advantage over the savings account, about $10 a year. So the moment you break that CD, you hand back 10 years' worth of its edge in a single transaction. Here's the break-even month, and this is the number I want you to remember. Say you put $10,000 in that one-year CD in July, and in October, month 3, your transmission dies, or the roof leaks, or a job disappears. You withdraw. You've earned about $102 of interest. The penalty takes 101 of it. You keep roughly $1.50. The same money in the HYSA would have earned about $100. Fully yours, no penalty, available the same week. At month 3, the CD pays you $1.50 and the savings account pays you $100. And it barely improves from there. With a spread this thin, there's no month inside that one-year term where breaking the CD leaves you ahead. The break-even point doesn't exist. The CD only wins if you never touch it. That is the deadline trap. The lock costs more than the yield the moment life doesn't cooperate. So when does the CD actually win? One scenario: falling rates. The HYSA's 4% is a promise for today, not for December. The Federal Reserve cut rates 3 times in late 2025, and savings rates followed them down. If that happens again, your variable rate drifts to 3.5, then lower, while the CD holder keeps collecting 4.1, untouchable. If your HYSA averages 3.5% over the year, the CD beats it by about $60 on $10,000. That's the rate lock scenario, and it's real. But here's the 2026 twist. The Fed has held rates steady 4 times this year, and in May and June, nearly 24 banks actually raised CD rates. Some analysts now think the Fed's next move could be up, not down. Lock a CD today, and rates rise. You're the one holding last season's rate while everyone else shops the new ones. The lock protects you in exactly one direction. So the honest answer isn't a product, it's a split. Money you might need, emergency fund, anything with an unknown date goes in the HYSA, full stop. The penalty math makes that non-negotiable. Money with a known date you will not touch. Tuition due next June, a car purchase in 18 months. That's CD money, because the lock becomes a feature instead of a trap. And if you want the CD's rate without betting everything on one maturity date, there's a strategy called a CD ladder. You split the cash across several CDs with staggered terms, so a piece of your money unlocks every few months. Done right, it captures long-term rates while keeping short-term access. That's a full video on its own, and it's the next one on this channel. One decisive takeaway. In 2026, with the top savings rates and CD rates a tenth of a point apart, liquidity is worth more than the spread. Take the HYSA. Unless you can name the exact date you'll need the money. And if you can name the date, take the CD and don't touch it. Before you go, pull up your own bank's rate right now and check it against the 4% we talked about. If you're under 1%, that's costing you real money every month you wait. And when the CD ladder video drops, you'll want the numbers from this one fresh, so save it.